today I thought I'd get a little Christmas baking done, so I am going to be making pistachio and cranberry biscotti. So here are the ingredients. I have half a cup of dried cranberries, half a cup of unsalted pistachios out of the shell. I have a half a teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 tablespoon of vanilla sugar, 2 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, and 5 eggs at room temperature. We're going to use 3 whole eggs and 2 egg yolks. And I have these clementines here because I thought just to give it an extra Christmassy taste that we can grate some of the rind of these in the biscotti. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start by just adding all of these dry ingredients into the bowl. So the flour, sugar, salt, baking powder, and vanilla sugar. And once we have the dry ingredients in, we're just going to mix them a little. I'm going to add the cranberries and pistachios. It's mixed pretty well. Now we're just going to grate a little. Smells so good. Use a couple of these. Now we're ready to proceed with our eggs. So what we're going to do is we are going to start adding. I'm going to separate the last 2. One. 2. We're going to tip it out. It's kind of like making pasta. It's a little crumbly to begin with, but the more you work it, it'll come together into your dough. We also make chocolate almond biscotti for Christmas. The base recipe is the same, but instead of the cranberries and the pistachios, we have whole almonds, and we add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder into the mix to make them chocolate. I wish you guys could smell this. The clementine smell is so fragrant and just smells so good. Okay, I just gave my hands a little wash. Now we're going to just separate this dough into two. Yep. And we're going to roll it into a long sausage shape, basically. That looks pretty good. Just going to put it on the baking tray. And we're going to repeat the process with this one. Oi. Okay, so now we have these two, and we're just going to press them, flatten them just a little bit. They'll expand once they're in the oven. Okay, and now they're ready for the first baking. So I have preheated the oven at 170 degrees Celsius, and we are going to bake this for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, they'll look something like this. And now we're just going to let them stand a little bit so that they'll cool enough so that that they're cool to the touch. Or I shouldn't say that. They'll be warm, but so that you can handle them, basically. And we're going to turn the oven down to 150 degrees Celsius. Once we cut these, we're going to put them back on the tray, and then we're going to bake them again. Biscotti means twice baked, so we're going to basically dry them out so that you get that nice hard biscotti that you can dip in your coffee and then gets all chewy and yummy. This has cooled enough to handle, so what we're going to do is we're going to start slicing it on the bias, like this. Okay, and then you see that you get that classic biscotti shape, right? And we're going to take these, we're going to place them on a baking tray with some baking paper on it. I'm going to continue to just slice. Now they're all sliced. You see what I mean by Christmassy? This red and green. Oh, it's just so perfect. These are now ready to go in for baking number 2. So I'm going to do that now. Like I said earlier, I've turned the oven down to 150 degrees, and I'm going to bake them for 15 minutes on one side, and then after that time is up, I'm going to flip them and then bake them for another 15 minutes. They've all been turned, and now we're going to put them back in the oven for another 15 minutes. Here's the finished product, straight out of the oven. We're going to let them cool, and then they will be ready to eat. I hope you enjoyed my recipe. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. You can find me on Facebook at The Hobby Bird. I'll put the link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Bye.